Welcome to Financial Fitness Program. My name is Samir Bapat, and today we are going to learn how to draw support and resistance lines. Last webinar we learned what is the basic price movement for any stock or any price, how it moves, when it moves, how it looks, and basis that movement some areas are created which are like support and resistance. So we went through the process of climbing floors of a building, and we saw how a ceiling acted as a resistance if we are below that, and acted as a support when we went to the higher floors. So same way, when the price goes on the higher floors, the lower levels act as a support, and the higher levels act as a resistance. So we will learn how to draw support and resistance today. So before we begin, I would like to thank you all for your time. I know you have busy lives. You could have done many other things. You chose to be here. I'll make sure it is well worth your time. So the question number one is, like, we are attending this webinar. So how learning support and resistance helps us in earning money? Because overall our purpose is to earn money. And how this support and resistance helps us in earning money? So support and resistance, typically when the support is there, it gives us guidance to buy at a particular price, so that in case the price is going down, if we know the support levels, we will not have temptation to buy earlier. We can patiently wait till the price comes to that point, and when we find that yes, others are also buying at that level, we can also jump in at that wagon, or we can take a chance and jump in earlier. So support and resistance gives us a good guidance where to buy. There are particular levels at which we buy, and we will not buy at anywhere in between particularly. Then support is a level where many buyers find value in the price. So there is a price and there is a value in the price. So when I say support is a level when many buyers find value in the price, the share price is higher likelihood of going up. Based on the fundamentals analysis, what the company is doing, how much is the earnings and everything, supports are typically level where the buyers find value, that yes, it has come to this price is a good value for the money we are paying. So that is the point where it is highly likelihood to take support and go up. Reverse way, if we have purchased at the support level, when it goes up, then if we are a short-term trader, we can as well buy and sell between the support and resistance. So we can plan to buy at support, we can sell at resistance, buy at support, sell at resistance. So this is how we can plan our trades if we are a short-term trader. If we are a long-term trader, investor, let's say if I am a long-term investor and I am invested in a share for a very long time. Many people I have seen, they are invested for 2-3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and as and when they get more money, they would like to invest more money. So that even support resistance for them can guide them. Let's say if the price is moving towards the resistance, so they can take help of resistance, need not buy at the resistance, maybe it will take resistance and come back to support. So either they can wait for it to cross the resistance and take the price, then buy the share, or to save some more money or to be able to save some more shares, they can wait for it to come down and then buy. This is just an overview. Once we see the diagram, then you will be able to correlate with this point. So just remember, support are where we are looking to buy because it goes from there up, and resistances are where we are, if we are short term, we would maybe sell it out, or may not accumulate further and see whether it is crossing that resistance or it may come down. So that is how we can do a decision making between the support and resistance and earn from it. So just a recap, how we went through each and every floor. So when a price goes up, at a certain point the buyer's enthusiasm goes down. So buyers are no more enthusiastic to pay a higher price. It faces resistance and it might come back again to the support. Again, from that support, the price goes up. Buyers' enthusiasm dies down at support. Sellers are not enthusiastic to sell at a further lower price. So this is a support and resistance are sort of point of equilibrium between buyers and sellers. If there is a value, further value higher than the resistance level, the price may cross up. Again, it may come back. Now, when it comes back, what was the resistance earlier starts acting as a support. So, now at the support level, new buyers jump in because they find value at that price, and so on so forth. So this price moves typically in this fashion. It goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down, and it will, like sort of ball, it will keep on bouncing between support and resistance. Now I'll show in the diagram. You people can note down the important point for any support resistance, like this line what I have drawn. So today we will learn how to draw this line and where to draw this line, because this lines will not come drawn in any chart. This is the art what we are trying to learn today. So this is more of a art, and the numbers are the science, and where to draw this line is more of the art. So we are going to learn this art of drawing support and resistance. So when we are drawing these lines, the important point what we have to keep in mind is, more number of times the support resistance is tested, more effective it is. That means here, if you can see in this diagram, here at this level has been tested multiple number of times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Same way, if any level, any price level which is tested or acted as a resistance or a support multiple number of times, then in future it has got more strength. It has more likelihood that it will hold the price there. When the price is coming down, it has more likelihood that it will hold the price there and act as a support. If it has acted for 1 or 2 times only, it may or may not hold in future. So at least we want 3 contacts for choosing anything as a support or resistance level as a price. As a rule, we need at least 3 contacts, and it should have acted both as a resistance, like it has acted here as a resistance, and it has acted as a support. Once we find 3 points, contact points, and a support and resistance, we will give importance to that price level. Otherwise we will not give and we will not be that level will not be very effective to buy when the price comes to that level. So far so good. Can I have you are able to see this diagram, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Samir, one question from my side. Last time, right, you told us like to wait for like maybe 8 or 10 trading days, right, before you do the buying, right, at the support, right? Similarly, when you sell or at the resistance level, how long should you wait?
It depends on your strategy.
Okay.
I'll cover that. So keep your questions. I'll cover that later. So once we go through the support resistance, you will find it very interesting today because how we draw support resistance using past, how it impacts in future. You'll be very much interested. So just hold on your questions. I'll cover them later. Right? Okay. So again, from support and resistance versus volume. This is only for guidance, right? This is not a rule or something like that. How to determine if the price is going to take support or not? Just a minute. I'll mute all, and then some disturbance is coming. Okay. So this is just a guidance. How to determine if the price is going to take support or not. So Jitendra, this is also again one of your signals what you can get from market, right? So how to determine whether we can buy at this level or not, or it is going to bottom out or not, or it is going to act as a support and going up. So apart from 7 to 8 days what we are waiting for, we can as well look for the volume, what is happening. So if the price is coming there, typically if it is coming down, and the volumes are relatively reducing, let's say when it started coming down, as compared to that the volume start reducing as it approaches the support. That means the sellers are less and less sellers are enthusiastic to sell at a lower and lower price. So the volumes will reduce, it will come to the support, and here the enthusiasm of the buyers will increase. So the volume or relative volume, or the you will see the green candles height increasing. It's relative again, so you cannot say okay how many thousand or like that. You have to visually see, because technical analysis is all about visual, it's all about the picture. So you have to see okay how much was the volume, is it reducing, yes, as it is coming to support, okay, now is it constant, yes, now is it increasing, yes. So that means it is going to go up. Then vice versa, when the price goes up, I would request people to keep their videos off. When the price goes up, then when it is approaching the resistance, again the price starts reducing, because the buyer's enthusiasm is going down, the volumes will reduce, it will top up and may come down. So this is how we start judging basis the volume also. So this is only for guidance, it's not a fixed rule, it gives us some pulse about what is going to happen at the resistance or the support. Okay, so having said that, I'm going to the chart straight away for the example. So today is more of practical. I was just taking through the. Can everyone see this Maruti chart? Is it visible or no? Is this Maruti chart now? It is visible. Okay, great, fantastic. So what I will do is I will go to 2015 Jan, and let's start from there. So what I'll do is I'll cut from 2015 Jan, and let's do some. Okay, now see, before 215 Jan it straight away went up. So there is no particular level where it had a typically faced any support resistance. So from here for 1 year it straight away kept on going up. Here slightly we can say this is 1 point and 1 point, so this is 2 points only. We are looking always for two, more than 2 or 3 points. So roughly we can say okay, this is a part-time support here, right? So it went up, it came down, and it went up slightly, it went down, but still we need 3 points basically to have a support and resistance. Now if we see here, for almost from November till December, right, January, this price was struggling, like it was hitting its head going up. So typically, as I said, it's an art and a science, so we have to use art. It's, we cannot say exactly where it is, but a rough cut we should take. Okay, if we see here, okay, it went here 3400, 3400, it went here, again it started bumping, is at here, and it is coming like that. So it is like hitting the roof every time it is going up. And if you can see the volume, see volumes, it is going up. So when it is going up, again the volumes are relatively higher for this green candles than the red candle. So still it is trying to like break it. That is point number one. Point number two, you have to always remember that since we all are human beings, and we all would like to speak or see or work in round numbers, right? So we always we are more comfortable with the round number. So we don't want, like I had drawn this line at 3403.65. It is very difficult, like even in TV discussions they'll say round numbers, and which is maybe in tens or 5 depending on how the share is value is. So typically if you have something like this 3403 here on the right hand side where my mouse is moving, so this 3403, it is there, just click on it and round it off to 3400. So normally you will find that people are more or less comfortable with the round number, so just round it off. It's a just suggestion to make it appropriate. And this is again a art more than science. Many can say, okay, there were few points where it went up, but okay, we have to take a rough estimate where it is hitting the roof, at what point it is hitting the roof, because it will not follow the precise, like engineering like precise. It will have to give that judgment. If everyone is okay with this 3400, type yes. If everyone understands how I have come to this line at this point 3400, and how this visually everyone is able to identify that it is not able to go up here, struggling to go up, say yes. And we can see it has hit multiple number of times, so we need 3. But again, yeah, okay, great, thank you. So again, like I said, the point number 2, what is very important for me, that I have, though it has stopped this for multiple number of time, but for using it in future, I will give this importance if this acts as a support also. Right now it is only acted as a resistance. So if we move forward, let's say what happens in future. Let's move forward. Okay, now see something here interesting, right? It has crossed the resistance here. Mohit, can you mute please? Yeah. See, when it is crossing this resistance line, uh, can anyone confirm that they can see this green candle here? The volume is almost sort of much greater than the average volume.
Volume is also increasing. Yes.
Volume is increasing. So a good indication of a resistance when it is breaking, when the candle is crossing your line, a good indication is that if the volume is also increasing, that means suddenly lot of buyers have enthusiasm to buy at a higher and higher price. See, when it is going down, it needs energy, right? Money is energy, and if there is a lot of energy and lot of money in that, it will go up. Right? When we climb floors, or when we climb mountain, or when we are going a steep hill, we need lot of energy, right? If we are going out of energy, we might stop. So when it is crossing a resistance level, it needs some energy, preferably. Again, I am saying this is something like picking up the signal. So if it is having a volume increase, likelihood of it going up is higher. Now next candle, the volume was lower because still there will be some people who wants to get out. So it will be sort of tussle between bulls and bears. Let's see who wins ultimately, and then it goes up. See, again it picks up the volume here. Now after it has crossed the support, these volumes are relatively higher than the previous volume. So this is how you can pick up the signal. Okay, well, whether it will go higher. So as soon as the volumes pick up, there is a energy coming in that share. So it is likely to go up. Okay, let it go up. So what we are interested in now, we are interested in a level where it is getting stopped for going it further. So I want it to hit some multiple times at a level for us to declare it as a resistance. Okay, see here what happened. Here it was support. We saw that, right? 3400 there was support, it tried to go up, so it was not able to go up, it was bumping its head here. Once it went up, again came down, it took support at the same level after in future. So now this level we can say, okay, this is a level which has acted as a resistance and a support, so we have drawn at a appropriately correct level. So this is we can take this as a support reference for even future also. Everyone okay with this example here, where a line, where a level 3400 has not only acted as a resistance, it has acted as support, both 3 times it has done. This is support and resistance both. Now here again volume, you see this volume when it was going up, this was the volume candles, and when it was coming down, see this first candle here, red candle, this was higher. As it started coming down, the volumes, I don't know, okay, I'll move it somewhere here. Okay, so as it started coming down, the volumes started lowering, right? So as it is approaching the support, if the volumes you see are lesser and lesser, then it is most likely to take support, that you can take a chance of buying at this support level. So this is a small indicators which we can start picking up from the charts, from the visually. Okay, it is coming down, volume is reducing, there is a chance it will take as a support. Okay, let's go forward. Okay, so we have somewhere here we are seeing some resistance forming, so we can just put a line. Again we'll wait for the third time, it should be able to stop for us to conclusively take it as a some certain level. Okay, so sort of it has acted, right? So it went up, went down, hovered in between, went up, so somewhere around we can say 3760. Again, as I said, either take 3750 or take 3760, because we are human beings, so always you must be hearing, I'll come in 5 minutes, I'll come in 10 minutes. We don't say I'll come in 7.5 minutes. So we are uncomfortable. 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That's how we communicate with each other, right? I'll come in half an hour, I'll come in 1 hour. We don't speak to each other like I'll come in 44 minutes. That is too precise. We get confused. So same way, when we are doing in stock market is also from the human being. So take it as a a good level, right? So take it as a normal rounded off figure, 3400, 3750, and typically you will find it this resistances at a distance of 10 to 15%. Like if okay, I'll draw it at 3100, 3100. So this is only a rough cut guidance. Typically this is like 3100, 3400. So this is the difference is 300 points. This is approximately 10% of 3000. Again 3400 to 3750, approximately at a distance of 10%. So the range is somewhere between a good support resistances. If you are getting confused whether you are too close or too far, when you are drawing, see that you are drawing somewhere near 10% and above. So the gap between the support and resistance should be at least 10% for a good guidance. Like you are thinking whether I am doing correct or not, keep a value of 10% and see here also 3100, 3400, 37500, where it is getting hit and stopping. So let's move further. Okay, so again see, again now this was the resistance, it went up, it came down, and again it took a support and started moving up. And you see the volume the next time, the first time it was maybe it was not sure, but the next time even it was a earnings date here and the volume went up, and also it took support here and it went up. So okay, so let's move forward. Okay, great. So it is doing fine. It's holding on at that resistance. Again, it took a resistance there. Again, see, it has crossed, and these two volumes are here down. If you can see this volume, so every time it crosses, it is good to have some good volumes when it is crossing up, right? So okay, so let's move ahead. Okay, now it's gone to some new territory. Okay, so what we can do is just as an experiment, like I said, we have 10% increment. So let's say, can I say if I add 400 to this 3750, can I draw a line there at 4200 approximately, or 4100? So 400 points, right? It's 3750 and 10%, how much it will be? Somewhere around 400. So 4150, let's say. So let's see how it reacts at this level, and then once we see how it reacts at that level, then basis its reaction, we will adjust our resistance level by the actual reaction there. So this is only our estimate that okay, it has gone up. It's an unknown territory where we don't know how far it will go. So we just take 10% approximately from this point, plot it there, because we have seen it is going in steps of 10%. This is becomes our target. Again, we have to fine tune when it is actually reaching there and reacting. Okay, so see, so we what we did was approximately we took 400, it went up, so it has taken a support here, but we are still not established a resistance here. So let's see what happens here later on, because we, for a good support resistance, we need both support as well as a resistance to give this importance to this level. Okay, so okay, so somewhat, let's say somewhere, let's say, okay, leave it like that. Okay, let's keep it at 4200. Okay, why I'm keeping at 4200 is because there is a gap here. Someday I'll explain the gaps. This is the Japanese way of finding the support and resistance. So since there is a gap, I kept it at 4200, rounding off to 4200. Okay, let's go. And I want a higher resistance. Okay, so I can say roughly 4700 here, or somewhere here 4700, and then we'll see what happens, and we'll fine tune basis whatever happens at this point. Okay, so what we can do is we can adjust it to this level, and let's say we call it at 4750, rounding up, and we keep it to that. So you can see here, right? So we are having, see, there is approximately some 4200 plus 500. So approximately the distance between support resistance is ranging from 10% to 15%. So keep, if your next support resistance level is between 10 to 15% from the previous one, you are doing fine when you are drawing and practicing it. Okay. Okay, see how it happened here. Now, when it was coming down, see, it has acted as a support here, sort of. There was a gap, there was support here. When it came down, did it go straight away down? No, it hesitated before going down. So it came here, tried to take support, and then it broke it and went down, right? So let's see what happens later. I'll bring it in center, and let's go ahead. So did you see all this location? It was sort of like it was trying to test this levels, right? Whether it should go down or not. Then it went to this resistance level, and this resistance level, mind you, when we have drawn this resistance level, we have drawn it somewhere here, right? So 19th June 2015 we have drawn, and when the price came here in March, like after 7 to 8 months, still that line which we have drawn in the past, it starts influencing the price movement. So it went here. So after 1 year also, the same level what we had drawn, this support level here, after 1 year it starts influencing. So when it comes there, we see a price taking support at this level, resistance at that level, which we have drawn 6 months ago, sometime in April and all. Everyone able to observe that? If yes, type yes. We have drawn this line here, and it is influencing almost after 1 year, right? So this is how the support and resistance lines play in future, and I'll show you one fantastic thing, and you will be very much surprised by at the end of this, when we do some more practice, and then I'll share one fantastic thing to you. Okay, so let it go up. Fine. Let's see how it reacts when it reaches. So now it is trying to reach here. Now see, it will start hesitating here. Whether should I go up or not? Whether should I go up or not? Okay, this is a resistance from the past, so it will hesitate, right? And then we have to see it crossed. Finally, it crossed. Okay, if it has crossed, now where should I go? It will try to reach to the next level. So this is how we take. Okay, crossed resistance, cross support, went up, sort of taking support here. Is it taking support here? Yes, it goes further up. Okay, so we have good volume here below, and it's going up again. We don't have any support resistance here, so we will try to find with the past reference. Okay, we don't have any past reference for this. Let's add some 10% to this. 4750 plus 10% is, let's say, 500 points roughly, and it will be somewhere around uh, 500 point is 5250 or something like that. So somewhere here 5250. No, it did not take any major support there, so we'll leave it at it. So let's wait for it to give us a clear indication where it forms to, it wants to form a resistance or support. Let it get hit 2-3 times, and then we will draw our line. See, it again came back, right? It went there, it was acting as a support, it came down from here, again started acting as a support here, right? So whatever is drawn, it takes 2 to 3 months later when it comes, that is the level. If you're buying for a short term, or if you're making a decision making, right? So people think, okay, if it is going down, should I buy now? Should I buy now? Wait, draw support resistance line, and let it come there, and then start buying there. If it is going further down, don't buy somewhere in between, let it come down patiently and start taking support, then buy here. So now, whether you are a short term investor or long term investor, if you have to make a decision making based on support and resistance, is this a good guidance for or a good idea where you will be starting to buy or sell? Who all have understood, just type yes. Yeah. So this is how the support and resistance will help us in taking a judgment. So now the confusion will be not be there whether I should buy here, buy here. I'll not have to ask any question. Just go in the past, start drawing the lines, and those lines will influence in the future. When it comes to that level, you will be able to take a decision. So this support resistance helps us in decision making. Yeah. So let's go for some more time, and then I'll show you the magic of this support resistance. See, believe me, we are doing in 2015, correct? We started with 2015 support and resistance. Everyone agrees? Yes? Just type yes, we started in 2015, yes? Okay, then I'll show you the magic of the support and resistance lines. Okay, let's draw one more and then we will go. Okay, so we have something. I don't have a level right now. Let it form a level. Okay, let me draw somewhere. Somewhere around here. Okay, let us wait for some more indication, clear indication. Okay, okay. Okay, so let's say somewhere around, roughly I'll draw. If it tested in the future, it is well and good. So around 5800, 5900, it is getting tested. This value is getting tested. Okay, so let's see, and let's see whether it is validated in future, whether it takes support or not. We will see. Okay, so it has gone up and gone up and above. Fine. So this is how. So if you got a good and fair idea how to draw the support lines, we are looking for. So the basic thing is we are looking for a 3-time hit at least, and the line should be able to act as a support and resistance both. If it is acting as support and resistance both, then we value that. Second point is first point is 3 times hitting at that level. Second point should act as a support and resistance level both. Third point, it should act as a support and resistance both. Yeah, so that is the level. Third is we should be rounding off the numbers. We should not take odd numbers like that, because we are human beings. We like to keep it in a simple way, so it should be simple. And one more point I was about to tell, we should keep in the round numbers, and volumes we should be yeah. Can Raghu, can you mute please? Yeah, so we have to look for that, right? And how we should be using it, we should be taking decision at the support. So we are, if we want to buy shares, we should be looking to buy at the support level. Okay, now I will show you the magic. We have drawn the levels in 2015. We started with the year 2015, right? Everyone agrees? Yes, agreed, right? See, this is 2020. When it fell down, the market crashed, and when everyone was thinking, where should I buy Maruti? Should I buy Maruti? Is it a right time? Is it a right time? If you would have drawn line from 2015, see how it came here. It stopped at the level line which we have drawn in 2000 when 2015, right?
15.
And how after 5 years, how those level after 5 years, see how these levels are influencing today. It came and it stopped at level. So if you are knowing the support and resistance level, you can take a judgment. Again, this is for helping for a buying decision. It's not like it will stop there or something like that. It's a judgment. So it came down, we could have maybe accumulated here. If it has stopped, if it is coming here, is it stopping for few days? No. If it is coming here, is it stopping for few days? It went up, it came down again, maybe we take a decision. So this, at least we know, okay, if it is falling, we don't have to ask anyone question or Google or WhatsApp, okay, what is the right price to buy Maruti. We know what was the support resistance. Just keep patience and maybe accumulate small things. If it starts taking support here, see, it went up, you missed this bus, it went up, it took support again at the same level. Did I draw this line now, or I had drawn this 5 years back?
5 years back.
5 years back, right? But again, in after 5 years, this levels are being honored by this share going up. This resistance is being honored by the share. That is the magic of support and resistance when we draw, and when we see that when we follow these rules, it should have hit 3 times, acted as support and resistance. Keep a gap of 10% and plus 10 to 15%. So if we follow these basic rules, we will be able to draw very clearly. It's not a rocket science. We can as well draw it properly, and we can as well trade based on those. We don't have to be too much dependent on others. Easy? How many of you think it was easy?
Fantastic.
How about others? Was it easy? Difficult? Easy? Okay, great. Thanks a lot. So, what I would request is, you can you can open your trading view, and you can start practicing. Don't worry about whether whether you are drawing right or not. Just draw, follow these principles, and you will be able to draw it properly. I'll be uploading this video on YouTube, so if you want to refer to it, I will, you can watch that. Maybe in another 2 days I'll be uploading this video on the YouTube, so you can refer to it while you are drawing, and you can take a reference for drawing it. Okay, so what I'll do is I will take the question. So if you have question, type your name in the chat and I will come to you. Just type your name in the chat and I'll come to you one by one. Okay. Yeah, Ganesh. What is your question?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We looked at past, so maybe it was okay for us to draw support and resistance.
Uh-huh.
But right now, if you look at 29 June 20, it's in red and it's going down.
Uh-huh.
But it might pick up also from there, like it can go sideways and then pick up there. So how to identify those trends actually? Like we know now support and resistance,
Uh-huh.
but it's not necessary that after this fall it will go back to the support of 4750 and then again rise. It can rise from the current level as well.
Yes. So whatever I have discussed so far, so what you want to do right now, you have to tell me. Let's say, just hypothetically tell me what you want to do right now with Maruti share.
Suppose I want to buy this share.
Okay. So
So I would ideally I would like to wait till it reaches support 4750 because I know there is support line, it might go there.
correct.
But there is also possibility that from the current 5678 it might pick up and reach the new high of 6000 or something.
Correct. So now, see, by knowing the theory, I know that there is a possibility that it will go down. There is a possibility that it will go up. Fine. Step number 1. Let me see the volumes, how it reacted when it is coming here. Okay, the volumes are good. Green candles are good when it is coming here, right? Point number 1. So there is an enthusiasm of the buyers whenever it is reaching to the resistance. That point also, buyers are ready to pump in money. Agreed? It went down, again it went up, buyers are ready to pump money, but they are not pushing it hard, right? They should have pushed hard and taken it up and come here like this, right? They are taking it but not pushing it hard enough to break the ceiling, right? So now I'm in dilemma what to do. So what I would request is, if you are willing hypothetically to take, let it cross above this line. It will not happen that it will fly away. Okay, very rarely it will fly away, that you will not get any opportunity to ride the wave. Let it go up, let it come, and it will take a slight bounce. So one day let it go up, second day, third day it will take a bounce, then buy and go and check the volume. How was the volume when it went up? So if it going up, you can wait for it, or the day it crosses above with the volume, you have to see the volume cross above with the volume, take the trade till the next resistance. So but this will give you a decision point whether to buy or not. So I were right now learning from support resistance, you have two decisions to make. One is let it cross with the volume, or let it come down here. So it is better not to enter somewhere in this zone where it is likely to come down till here. So let's save some money, or if I don't want, if I want to ride the wave, let it cross up and then I will buy that. So that is how you can make the decision making process using this, right?
Okay, so also looking at the volumes right now, if we can see those are going down. So based on that, can I say that it potentially it might go down actually in the next
No,
few
no,
days?
since it is at the resistance level and the candles are red but the volumes are going down, that means people are not selling it. They are not very enthusiastic. See here, if the volume started picking up, no, if the volumes, red volumes start picking up, then it is likely to go down. Right now it is in state of indecision here sometime, right? Maybe it will hit here for 2 3 days. Fine. Okay, thank you.
Is there
Thank
any
you.
thumb rule that how many years back we have to
No, no,
see
there is no thumb rule like that. There is no thumb
like
rule.
no to draw that support and resistance line 5 years, 6 years?
5 years is a good timeline. You can start with the recent and go back, or you can start from back and come here. Either way. So what you can do is start from the latest one, start moving backwards. So start from a resistance, then by, because as you go to the past, you will find supports in the past. So start with the current one where it is facing resistance, go little bit past, find where it found a support, go in the past. So you can either go from today till 5 years backwards, or start from 5 years and come to today. Either way, whichever way you feel comfortable, you can go and come back, right? Yeah, Megha, what is your question? Uh-huh. 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 Like this, what we are having. Mm-hmm. No, you can trade it as well. No, if it is coming and forming a double bottom, you can as well add some more quantity, because it is again a second confirmation that yes, the price wants to go up till the next resistance. Mhm. But to begin with, as a, if you are starting fresh as a beginner, ignore that. Better to trade between the 10% lines. And someone asked in between, why 10%? Because usually we would be trading in the companies which will be growing at least at the rate of 10% year over year, right? We will not be doing all this headache on the companies which are not growing 10% or 15% year over year, right? So what happens is, when it goes to the resistance, typically what happens is people are ready to pay the price for the future also. It is maybe the next year also it will go 10%. So people are ready to pay the price for the future also, sometimes emotionally. Okay, I'm okay, this company is growing 10% year over year, I'll pay basis the next year's growth also. So, but after the next year's value, when they are paying, they will stop at it. Okay, I have already paid what it is worth next year, so it will stop. So it will start forming a resistance there because it might have gone little bit ahead of what its value is. So normally that value determines what the growth rate of the company. So normally in India, if you see a normal trajectory, all companies grow by a growth rate of 10 to 15%. So that's why I have given a benchmark that okay, so look, resistance at 10 to 15% because the price tends to go ahead of its value 10 to 15%, stop there and again come back to the normalized value, again go up. And this trajectory of 15% above each level, I have given basis our average growth rate of the good companies in India. So that's how I have come to this suggestion that we can take 10 to 15% of difference between the support and resistance. Fine?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Jitendra.
Hey Samir, I think part of my question was answered, but then okay, there are two things, right? One is long-term investor and then short-term trader, right? So I'm just curious, what should be the horizon of the graph you should look for the trading perspective?
A trading perspective, if you are a short-term trader, support to resistance,
Okay.
right?
But
If you
what should be the duration? I mean, like, is it like 1 week, 2 week? 3 weeks?
you can like normally it takes 1 month to travel, right? If it is going to support and then support to resistance, it's all usually swings between anything between 2 to 3 months. It swings, that is a swing. And typically you can see like here also, if you see, let's say if you are drawing a support resistance here, right? So it came down here almost 15, 20, 30 days it took to go up, again support, then again 15 to 20. So approximately it takes like there is nothing, I don't know that measure. What is the measure?
Just more of a ballpark figure. I'm looking at,
Ballpark
right?
figure 15 to 20 days you can say,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And typically one more trick if you want to find out when it is going to go up, usually if it is hitting the support in the mid of the month, then it is likely to go up by the end of the month.
Okay.
Okay, just observe when you are doing this support resistance, no, like here it is May 18th, right? May 18th. So if it is hitting somewhere in the middle of the month, if it is hitting support, then end of the month it will go up again. If it is not doing anything now, either in July 30th July, if it crosses up, then 15 days it will go up to the next resistance, then it might come back. So it's always works from middle to middle, rough cut. Okay, just observation. I'm not, this is not a rule. You can just have a quick observation on that.
Sure.
Fine.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.